Okay, this is lesson 7. So we're just looking at product analysis 2. So we're trying to analyse another form of CD packaging. So there are 2 videos for lesson 7. One will be the commentary for the PowerPoint, and then I'll just go through the analysis of the CD. So the first slide on here just outlines what you should have done so far. So we've got the context sheet, then we've got the initial thought sheet, and then it will be the product analysis of the dual case packaging. So context sheet should look like this, with your spider diagram, the problem, the client, and the initial plan for the research. Slide 2 or sheet 2 will be your initial thoughts with some sketches, identification of any problems, and then a little research plan down in the bottom right hand corner down here. So we should identify what problems we need to try and find out, or what information we need to try and find out, because we've had a go at designing the solutions. Then we've got product analysis 1, which is a dual case. So you've got each of the sections. These are similar to what we're going to look at today. And then you've got the images of the CD, and then you've also got some supporting images to consolidate your annotations. So there could be diagrams or manufacturing processes. So here's the lessons aims. So we're looking for, just very quickly, we'll just go through the assessment criteria again for section A, which is this. These are the areas we're looking at that I've highlighted in red. So we're looking again at the work of others, and then we're looking at social and economic or social effects of the product that we're analysing. So we're going to touch upon that. Remember, I went through this with the sessions that we did in school. So we've got the 3-part annotation. A couple of you fall into the spell of just using the statement. So you might be saying it is made from solid whiteboard and then not giving a reason. But we want it is made from solid whiteboard because, and then we want a reason, a property of why solid whiteboard might be suitable. On this one, they have used a modern font, that's your statement, because, and then we want to say why they've used a modern fonts, because they might be portraying that with the genre of the music that they play. They want to be a modern band. Then we've got all the key words, the terminology. So if you're unsure about a spelling, or you're unsure about getting some terminology into your annotations, look at which heading you're currently analysing, and then see down here whether or not anything is relevant. So if you're talking about materials, there's a bank of materials here that might be relevant to our CD that you can use. So the second aim is we want to be looking at a product analysis of a different relevant product. So we're going to be looking at some form of CD packaging again, but this time it's going to be different. So some of you at home might have some software packaging. Some of you might have a DVD, could be in a cardboard box as well, like a presentation box. Some of you may have Blu-ray packaging at home, or the normal DVD packaging, I should say, as well. Some of you may have got some stuff from Amazon that might come in some kind of CD packaging. Then we've got the Digipack, and then we've got like the wallets pack on the side here. So some form of CD packaging other than the dual case that you've already done. That's what we're looking for. If you haven't got any of these, then you need to email me. I've requested that, and I'll send you some photos of some existing CD packaging. You've got the template that you've used already, so we want to be annotating in these little boxes on the side. We're going to look at, once we've taken the photographs, we're going to drop the photographs in of the form of CD packaging that you're going to analyse. And then we're going to look at these 5 areas like we did on the previous week. So we've got aesthetics, function, dimensions, information, and scale of production to make a comment upon. So remember, and the commentary, I've been through this in the lessons as well. So you can't copy and paste what you've done already. That's why we're doing a different form of CD. So if you've dwelled on protection on the dual case, then try and look at the other ones. So you might comment upon maybe how you get, could be how you get the CD out, how it holds the CD securely. Does it have any inserts like a booklet? How well does it inform the product of who the band is, or what tracks are on the band, or what other information if it's a software item? How well does it promote the product as well? So try and dwell on other areas rather than the one that you've already done for the dual case if you can. So that would be the function one done. Then you can look at aesthetics. Again, this should be different because it should have a different set of surface graphics on there. So again, we're still looking at colour. You've got these questions that you can use. A couple of you have asked me, what do I put for style? So we'll try and, there's some suggestions here about, is it classical, modern, grunge, calming, decorative, distressed? Try and use the prompts that are on the sheet on the side. So your annotation should relate to the genre of, or the surface graphics of the CD that you're looking at. So look at colour, fonts, layout, imagery that's on there. So that's aesthetics done. Then we can look at information. Again, try and dwell on things that you've not touched upon. So some of you will have commented upon, let's say, for instance, the barcodes. So start to look at other signs and symbols which might be on there. Are there any environmental symbols on there? Are there any web addresses, websites, web addresses, sorry, or address details that are on there, or producers' names? What other information is on there and why? That's the important thing. So we've now done information. Dimensions, fairly straightforward. Just you don't have to measure the CD now if you've already done that on the previous activity. If you don't, if I've sent you the photographs, obviously you can't do this because you haven't physically got it in front of you. You have to leave it blank, and when you come back in, we'll have to measure it then. But if you can be as comprehensive as you can in millimeters as to the sizes, or even for like holding the CD, how big is the cavity that holds the CD? So that goes into this box, and then we want scale of production. We mentioned this on the previous sessions. So more than likely, if it's a DVD case, more than likely they're standard, so that would be mass production. So just try and make sure your wording is different than your previous one, even though you're still saying that it's mass production because the molds are so expensive. It's got to be make them in huge volumes to justify and make it more economical. If there's any card in there, again, that'll be batch because there'll be an allocated number of how many units they can shift. And then if it's selling really well, they'll then reorder. So they'll do those in batches. Okay, so that'll be your scale of production. Remember, you've got these Weber links that you can use to take you to the school website to help you if you're unsure what they mean. So it starts to look like this. Again, in the second lesson, on the Thursday session, we need to start looking at industrial processes, social, cultural, and environmental issues, and materials. Okay, so we've just done the top sections. Okay.